Hello and welcome to Freud and Beyond. Today's topic is focusing a bit more on theory rather than the practical techniques that as we have been doing till now. And I consider it to be a central topic what we are going to start today because I am very keenly interested in it as well. It has been a part of my dissertation and it's quite relevant. So the topic is about the role of the mother in psychoanalysis, and I will be taking up Christoph Bollas's work, The Shadow of the Object. The first chapter from it I will be discussing, and that is the transformational object. So object relations theory really highlighted the interpersonal relationship and the interplay which one could find within the free associations of the patient. So the representation of one's being did not only get expressed through narrative content, but it also came known to the analyst through their object relations. Bollas observed that the role of transference and countertransference was to understand these early ways of being and relating. His work, The Shadow of the Object, has chapters which are trying to understand the role of mothering and the effect of disturbed mothering, which can be seen in the mother-infant relationship. So contrary to what a lot of people believe, that bad mothering is something which the infant will definitely not remember because at the end of the day it's just a baby. But what Bollas observes is that instead of forgetting all of this, what happens is that the affect of it, the quality of it, is retained in the ego. And then it comes up in transference relationships. So psychoanalysis' insistence on the interpersonal comes from the fact that it can also see the ego as being dialectic in nature. That is, it is a conversation between the internal and the external. Understand that it is the consistency of the mother being a good enough mother which provides the infant with a sense of continuity of his or her existence. So it has an existential edge to it. So we need to understand that the infant's very existence is being defined by these transformations that the mother is bringing forth. And therefore, what happens that the mother is not being looked at by the infant as a separate object. She is not a separate mother. Rather, she becomes an environment, a process. So he takes a very interesting case of advertising. So when we see the advertisement of a product, what we are being promised is a change that the product will bring in our life, in our external world, and consequently change our internal mood. Maybe it is something which will make my skin better and therefore make me happy, make me feel happy internally. This object seeking, he states, is nothing but an enactment of a pre-verbal ego memory. So this is pre-verbal because it comes up when the infant does not have linguistic capacities, and it is an ego memory because this is what the ego remembers, the promise of any sort of like a transformation. As an adult, this may show up in one's search for negative aesthetic experiences like gambling. So a gambler, Bollas observes, can be a person, if we were to trace it to their childhood, they can be a person whose relation with their mother wasn't really providing. It is often seen as a mother who did not come back with supplies, was not providing enough, and so the gambler has a compulsion. Later in the chapter, Bollas discusses a clinical illustration which I will not be getting into in this video, but in the conclusion he draws an inference, he draws an observation that narcissistic and schizoid characters, they have an exaggerated sense of object seeking. So we are further introduced to this notion of separation and individuation, which needs to occur in the mother-infant relationship. How this experience is conceived to be, and the possibility of disturbances. So till then, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any queries, if you would like to start a discussion, the comment section is open for it. So bye bye, see you in the next video.